Welcome to MLS English Podcast, the show where English learning meets mindset growth. Whether you're here to boost your vocabulary, speak with confidence, or build a strong, unstoppable mindset, you're in the perfect place.
Absolutely.
Get ready for powerful tips, real conversations, and high energy that will move you forward.
That's the goal.
This is more than just a podcast. This is your new routine for success. So today, we're diving deep into something pretty universal, I think.
Definitely. That feeling of being lost.
Exactly, feeling lost. And it's more than just, not knowing directions. It's bigger than that.
Much bigger. It taps into life itself, doesn't it? Beyond just, say, learning English. Although that can feel like part of it sometimes.
For sure. It's that sensation like life's moving forward, everyone else seems to be rushing ahead.
Yeah.
And you feel like you're just standing still. Or worse, like you're stuck in mud.
Yeah, stuck in the mud is a really good way to put it. You feel out of sync. You start questioning your path. Am I even going the right way?
And look, this isn't meant to be some kind of lecture.
No, not at all.
It's more like a conversation. Like we're just friends figuring this stuff out together.
Exactly. A shared exploration. And hopefully along the way, we'll naturally weave in some useful English vocabulary, phrases, idioms.
Yeah, the kind of stuff you actually hear and use in real conversations about real life things.
Precisely. So let's talk about that internal disconnect first. Because sometimes feeling lost isn't about some big dramatic crisis happening outside.
Right. Like everything on the surface can look totally fine. Normal, even.
Exactly. Routine, you go to work, you see friends, you pay bills, everything seems okay.
But inside.
Inside, there's this profound sense of stagnation, like you're just stuck, or something just feels off.
Off, yeah. That feeling of being on autopilot.
Oh, definitely. That's a huge part of it. You're doing all the things you're supposed to do.
Right things.
Yeah, ticking the boxes. But your heart, or, your actual self, it feels disconnected, like it's somewhere else entirely.
I remember feeling that so clearly once. I was sitting in my car, literally just before walking into work. Good job, nice colleague, stable.
Sounds perfect on paper.
Totally. But this wave just washed over me like, is this really it? Is this the next 10 years? It felt so suddenly off course.
Wow. That's a powerful moment, that wave of realization.
Yeah, it wasn't logical, exactly. Everything was fine. But the feeling was undeniable.
I get that. My version felt more like walking through a giant maze. Every turn just leads to more walls, more confusion. And you keep asking yourself, am I doing the right thing here? Is this path actually mine? Or did I just sort of stumble onto it?
And you look around and it feels like everyone else has it figured out.
Exactly. Like they all got issued these perfect maps at the start and you're just wandering. Adds a whole layer of pressure.
There's so much pressure. But here's the interesting thing we kind of touched on. This discomfort, this feeling stuck, it's maybe not the enemy.
Right. It's uncomfortable, no doubt about it. Deeply uncomfortable sometimes. But often, it's actually a wake-up call.
A wake-up call. I like that.
It's this powerful signal from inside saying, hey, pay attention. Something significant needs to change.
So hitting that low point, that moment where you genuinely stop and ask, wait, what am I actually doing?
That precise moment. That's often where clarity starts to creep in.
Yeah.
It's not the end. It's actually the beginning of something new.
Okay, so if that discomfort is a signal, what's it signaling? Why do we even drift off course in the first place? It doesn't usually happen overnight, right?
No, rarely. It's usually gradual. And one of the primary reasons that comes up again and again is we listen to too many other voices.
Instead of our own.
Exactly. Think about it. Parents, teachers, friends, bosses, even random strangers online. Everyone has an opinion.
Oh, yeah. An opinion on what you should do.
You should study this. You should work here. You should talk like this. You should want this. It's just this constant chorus.
And it can be overwhelming. Drowns out your own thoughts.
Completely. And slowly, subtly, you can lose touch with your own inner voice. You start living according to someone else's script, their expectations.
So you lose connection with your inner compass. Is that a good way to think of it?
That's a perfect way. Your heart, your gut feeling, your intuition. Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That's your compass.
And if you ignore it,
even a tiny deviation, just being a few degrees off course, if you follow that long enough,
you end up miles away from where you were meant to be.
Precisely. And often we drift because we follow what looks like the safe path.
The sensible option.
Right. The one that looks good on the outside gets approval.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel good on the inside.
Yeah.
There's a mismatch.
That really hits home. I remember talking to someone who chose their college major based purely on what sounded impressive to others.
I've heard that story before. Or maybe even lived a version of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Chose a field because it seemed prestigious, logical, got the degree, looked good on paper, but zero passion. Just going through the motions and afterwards. Just confusion. A sense of regret, like, why did I spend all that time and energy on something I didn't even care about?
That's a heavy feeling. Regret.
It is. And it highlights that crucial difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Doing something because you genuinely want to versus doing it because you think you're supposed to.
Worlds apart.
Totally. And sometimes, maybe most times, the most important voice, the one that really needs amplifying, is your own. Listening to that inner compass.
Okay, so we recognize we're off course. Maybe we start trying to listen to that inner voice. But then comes the scary part.
Uncertainty.
Yeah. Not knowing what's next. It's human nature to want a plan, right? We want answers. We want control.
Absolutely. We're wired to seek predictability.
Yeah.
So when we don't know what's coming, it can trigger panic, real anxiety.
It feels like free falling sometimes.
It really can. But what's fascinating is how some perspectives flip this idea. They challenge the negativity around uncertainty.
How so?
By framing it not as a void, but as space, as a potential gift even.
A gift. How is not knowing what to do a gift?
Because it creates room. Room to actually think without the usual pressures. Room to explore things you wouldn't normally consider. Room to rediscover what truly matters to you, not what you've been told should matter.
Okay, I'm starting to see that. Like, it forces you off the default path.
Exactly. It disrupts the autopilot. Remember that story you mentioned? Leaving a job without a plan B.
Yeah, driven purely by that uncomfortable feeling.
Just about the reactions. People probably thought it was crazy, right?
Oh, totally. What are you going to do? And lots of self-doubt initially, for sure.
But what happened next in that story? Usually there's a period of, well, figuring it out.
Right. It involved a lot of things that felt unproductive at the time. Reading random stuff, resting, just walking with no destination, learning things totally unrelated to a career.
See? That's the space. That's the unplanned growth. Slowly, maybe not even consciously at first, a new direction starts to emerge from that unproductive exploration. Something more authentic.
It's like the uncertainty itself sparks curiosity, doesn't it?
It really does. When you don't have the map, you start paying more attention to the landscape around you. You try new paths. You listen more intently, both externally and internally.
It's definitely scary navigating that unknown.
No doubt. Anxiety is often part of it. But it's also, as they say, where the magic happens, that in-between
The
phase.
space between the old and the new.
Exactly. The liminal space. So if you're listening and you're feeling unsure right now, if you don't have all the answers, it's okay. More than okay, actually.
The advice is just stay open.
Stay open, stay curious. Trust that something is unfolding, even if you can't see the full picture yet. It's not failure, it's process.
Okay, so we embrace the uncertainty, we stay open. What's the next step in navigating out of feeling lost? Where do we focus then?
The focus shifts inward, deeply inward.
Okay, not on fixing the external situation necessarily.
Not immediately. It's less about the to-do lists or what others expect, and more about identifying what truly fundamentally matters to you.
Getting back to basics.
Exactly. Identifying your core values.
Yeah.
And this doesn't need to be some complex philosophical exercise.
No.
No. Think simple. What are, say, 3 things you genuinely, deeply care about? It could be family, freedom, learning, kindness, health, creativity.
It's non-negotiable.
Kind of, yeah. The things that, when they're present in your life, you feel more aligned, more you. Feeling lost often happens because we've unconsciously drifted away from these core things.
We get so busy with the shoulds that we forget what actually makes us tick.
Precisely. I remember reading about someone, maybe it's in one of the articles you shared, who got so caught up in productivity hacks and climbing the ladder that they completely stopped doing things that actually fed their soul, like writing just for fun or having those long, meandering conversations with close friends.
Things that didn't seem productive.
Right. And then one day, they looked back and realized, wow, I've drifted so far from what makes me me. The things that brought joy in life were just gone.
That's a sobering realization.
It is. But the flip side is powerful. When you consciously reconnect with those core values, things start to shift.
How so?
Even if the big picture is still uncertain, your small daily actions start to align with what feels true in your heart. You start making choices, maybe tiny ones at first, that honor those values.
And that gives you a sense of direction. even without a map.
Exactly. It's like your inner compass starts working again. It might not show you the final destination, but it guides the immediate next step in a way that feels right, feels authentic.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Align it from the inside out. So you reconnect with values, you start getting that inner compass working. Then what? Action.
Action. But maybe not the kind of action people usually think of.
Not like quit your job, move across the country, start a whole new life tomorrow.
Probably not. Though sometimes that happens eventually. But the key insight, especially from behavioral science, is to challenge that myth of needing massive, sudden change.
Right. The pressure to make a huge leap.
Yeah. The counterintuitive truth is that real, sustainable change often comes from incredibly small steps. Incremental progress.
Tiny goals.
Super tiny, almost ridiculously small sometimes. Like if you're feeling totally stuck and overwhelmed about, say, writing something, the goal isn't write a chapter. No. The goal is just write one sentence today.
One sentence.
Just one. Or if you want to exercise but can't face the gym, the goal is just put on your walking shoes. Or just walk for 5 minutes.
Making it almost impossible not to succeed.
Exactly. You lower the bar so much that you get an easy win. And that win, however small, starts to build something crucial.
Confidence.
Confidence, yes, and momentum. Like pushing a stalled car, the hardest part is getting it moving. Once it's rolling, even slowly, it's much easier to keep it going.
I love that. I remember reading about someone whose goal, when they felt really low, was just get out of bed and drink a glass of water.
Sounds tiny.
But that small act of achieving something gave them just enough energy to maybe do the next small thing.
Precisely. Progress is progress, no matter the scale. And it feeds on itself. Those small wins are the real engine of moving forward, step by step, day by day.
Like with learning English, right? Maybe the goal isn't master this grammar point today.
No, maybe it's say one sentence out loud in English this morning, or listen to 1 minute of a podcast.
Just one small, achievable thing.
Yeah. It shifts your energy. It proves you can take action. So if you're feeling stuck, the advice isn't to wait for some grand inspiration or a huge breakthrough.
It starts small.
Start with one ridiculously small, easy win today, and then maybe another one tomorrow. Build from there.
That feels much more manageable. But, even with tiny goals and reconnecting with values, some days are just hard.
Absolutely, that's reality. Progress isn't linear. There will be setbacks, tough days, moments where you feel like you're sliding backward.
And on those days, what helps?
Connection, having people, a support system. It's incredibly important.
Not going it alone.
Definitely not. We're social creatures. We need connection, especially when things are tough. Think about a time you felt really lost and talk to someone about it.
Yeah. It's vulnerable. Sometimes awkward even to admit you don't have it figured out.
Totally awkward.
Yeah.
But I remember this one story, maybe it was from that study you shared, about someone talking to a friend. The friend didn't try to fix anything, didn't give a load of advice.
Just listened.
Just listened. And the person said afterward, they just felt seen, like someone understood or at least was willing to sit with them in the confusion.
That feeling of being seen, it makes a huge difference, doesn't it? Just knowing you're not the only one, or that someone cares.
The immense difference. It validates your experience. And support can come in many forms, right?
Sure. Friends, family, maybe a teacher, a mentor.
Even online communities sometimes. People who get what you're going through. Having someone to check in with, someone who holds that space for you, provides real strength.
It's not about being perfect for them, is it?
Not at all. It's about being supported as you are, flaws and confusion included. And actually sharing your journey, even the messy parts, can create accountability.
How so?
Knowing someone else is aware of your goals or just rooting for you can motivate you to show up, not just for yourself, but because you don't want to let them down in a positive way. Someone believes in you.
That's powerful. So the message is, if you're feeling alone in this,
reach out, send the text, make the call, join the group. It's not weakness, it's strength. It's tapping into a vital resource.
Connection as strength, okay. And as we navigate all this, the uncertainty, the small steps, the reaching out, there's one more piece. Celebrating the journey itself, not just waiting for the finish line.
Ah, yes, so important. We tend to postpone feeling proud until we hit the big goal, right?
Totally. I'll be happy when, I'll celebrate when.
But what about celebrating the effort? The quiet moments of just sticking with it when it's hard. The tiny victories.
Like managing to write that one sentence? Or making that phone call?
Exactly. Those moments of perseverance are the success in many ways. Especially when you're coming from the place of feeling stuck or overwhelmed. Recognizing that courage,
I loved that idea of the lost and found journal you mentioned earlier.
Okay, yeah, that's a great practical tool.
Just jotting down, here's where I felt lost or confused, and here's what I learned or found, even something small during that time.
And looking back at it over time.
The realization, wow, I wasn't just lost, I was actually growing through that. It reframes the whole experience.
It really does. It helps you see that the detours, the wrong turns, they weren't wasted time. They were part of the path.
They teach you things, maybe patience, maybe resilience, maybe who your real friends are.
Exactly. They make you wiser, more compassionate, more human. Those experiences are integral to your story, not flaws in it.
So maybe a good exercise for anyone listening is to think about a time they felt lost. And instead of focusing on the confusion, ask, what did I find there?
What was the hidden gift? What did I learn? Maybe it was courage. Maybe a new skill. Maybe just the knowledge that you can get through tough times.
Yeah. And celebrating that find.
Absolutely. And celebration doesn't have to be a huge party. It could be internal.
Like what?
A simple act of kindness towards yourself. A quiet smile, acknowledging your effort. Taking a deep breath and reminding yourself, I'm still on my way. And that's enough.
Acknowledging the journey. That feels grounding.
It is. It's about self-compassion, really, which is crucial when you're navigating uncertainty.
Wow. Okay. That's a lot to think about. Really powerful stuff.
It's a deep topic because it's so fundamentally human.
Definitely. And, as we've been talking, we've used some really useful English words and phrases to describe these feelings and processes.
We have, and learning them in this kind of context, but talking about real-life stuff is often the best way for them to stick.
For sure. But maybe we can quickly recap some of the key ones, just to solidify them.
Good idea. A quick vocabulary boost related directly to our conversation.
Okay, first one, heart to heart.
Right, that's a deep, honest conversation. Like, we had a heart-to-heart about how unhappy I was feeling.
And a regret.
That feeling of sadness or guilt about something you did or didn't do in the past. She quit her job too early, and now she regrets that decision.
Uncertainty. We talked about this a lot.
Yep, not knowing what will happen, feeling unsure. There was a lot of uncertainty after he moved to a new city.
And curious.
Wanting to learn more or explore something. She was curious about photography, so she joined a weekend class.
To drift.
To move slowly, without clear direction or control. He didn't notice how far he had drifted away from his real goals.
Momentum. Getting things moving.
Yeah, the energy that keeps something going forward. Once she started studying every day, she built momentum and improved quickly.
A breakthrough.
A big, important discovery or progress, often after a struggle. After weeks of trying, he had a breakthrough in understanding the grammar.
Accountable.
Being responsible for your actions and decisions. I feel more accountable when I study with a friend because I don't want to let them down.
A mentor.
A person who gives advice and helps you grow, often based on their experience. My English teacher became my mentor and guided me through many challenges.
Milestone.
An important step or event in your journey. Finishing her first English novel was a huge milestone for her.
Detours. Those unexpected paths.
A different or longer way taken, maybe when the main path is blocked. His career had many detours, but each one taught him something valuable.
Goosebumps.
Those small bumps on your skin you get from strong emotions, fear, excitement, inspiration. Hearing her success story gave me goosebumps. It was so powerful.
Perspective, how you see things.
Right, the way you understand something. Talking with her grandmother gave her a new perspective on what's important in life.
Autopilot. That state we want to avoid.
Doing something automatically without really thinking, like a habit, he realized he was living on autopilot, just waking up, going to work, sleeping, repeat.
And finally, crossroads.
A point in life where you have to make an important decision, choosing between different paths. She felt like she was at a crossroads. Should she stay or start something new?
That's a great list. And using these words really does help you articulate these complex experiences more clearly, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It gives you the language to understand yourself and communicate with others about these very real parts of life. Makes you sound more fluent and confident, too.
Definitely. The more you use them, the more natural they become. It's all part of the growth journey.
Couldn't agree more. Language in life, always learning, always growing.
Well, that's a wrap for today's episode on MLS English Podcast.
Hope it was helpful.
If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and maybe share this episode with someone else who's serious about growing in English and in life.
Yeah, pass it on.
Keep practicing, keep pushing, and we'll see you in the next one. Let's grow together.